Hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Valhelsia 2, which is a 1.15.2 mod pack, and it is going to be the first mod pack that we're going to try on this channel, which is not from 1.12.2. So generally speaking, we're getting an upgrade. Valhelsia 3 is also out and it is from 1.16, but the problem is you only have like 5 mods, which is basically like playing vanilla Minecraft, and since you guys don't like me to play vanilla, we're doing this one. This is supposed to be the flagship of 1.15 mod packs, and torches do not stack, and I don't know why. So Valhelsia does not require any introductions, but just in case you're curious, there are mini creepers. We have refined storage, we have create, we have botania, we have the midnight, and we have mechanism. We also have immersive engineering, psi, and a few more magic mods. And just in case you're wondering, this is not going to be a replacement for Tech. It is going to be our first experiment with newer versions of modded Minecraft, and something that I can play whenever I'm tired of grinding. We are going to gather 12 pieces of obsidian, and we're going to go to the Nether. That is 11, okay? We are either going to live in that swamp or on top of this mountain. I haven't made my choice yet. And why is that choice very important? Because I have to make the Nether portal over here. So we need to walk a lot. I would assume it's not a very bad idea to have a diamond sword, some torches, which do not stack as well, and obviously a flint and steel. So why do we need to go to the Nether? The thing is, I'm terrible at inventory management, so we're going to need digital storage. And the only digital storage option that we have in this mod pack is refined storage, and for that, we're going to need quartz. But this is such a nice Nether. No lava nearby. There is also simple storage in this mod pack, but the thing is, when you want to do something, you should do it right. We're going to go with digital storage. Crimson iron ore. Silent gear, okay. Honestly speaking, I don't want to get into too many different mods, I just want refined storage for episode 1, and then we'll decide what we're going to do. I would assume we're also going to need a few pieces of glowstone, and that should be more than enough. We only need 1 for the terminal. We have just under 2 stacks of nether quartz, and I think for the moment, that's enough. We can go home. I hate the Nether anyway. Alright guys, I'm back from the Nether and we have a few issues. Oh, that gave me 3? I had no idea they do that. Again 3. Okay. Anyhow, as I was saying, I'm back from the Nether. We have almost everything we're going to need except one very important ingredient. And that very important ingredient is slime balls. And the reason that we're going to need that slime ball is that we're going to need to make something called processor binding. And it will give you 8, but you basically need it for every single component. We don't need a crazy amount of slime balls, but we need at least 3 or 4. Based on my understanding, we can either use the vanilla slime balls or the pink slime from Industrial Foregoing. I don't want to get into too many technologies today because all I want for today is inventory management. Advancement made. Dark times. A dark forest. Why are you called a dark forest? Oh, dark leaves, okay. Anyhow, sorry that I keep getting distracted, but the thing is, we can make slime balls using the mod create, but I don't want to use create today because I think create is a very interesting mod and it's going to require a lot of attention. And today, we're just going to rush towards refined storage, so we will not be able to do it enough justice. So what we're gonna do is that we're just going to find slimes. And it does not have to be a slime, it can also be a frog. And I think that's a frog. Yes, this is a frog. You're very big. And you drop frog leg. Okay, that's not what we want. Yeah, maybe it is a different type of frog because these ones are from Quark and they drop legs. Do you remember that scene from Jurassic Park where everybody's trying to run through tall grass and then they're eaten by raptors? I have the same feeling. Okay, there is something called a jellyfish, and I think if we smelt it, we will get a slime ball. Good. And thankfully in this version of Minecraft, we can swim. There is another one. I think he's going to drop it. Yes. Actually, I killed one of them and I thought he did not drop it. So we have 3. Good. Oh, we have these guys. So nice. And I would assume the final thing that we're going to need is a little bit of sand in order to make glass. Here is our slime. Here is our quartz enriched iron. And here is our machine casing. I think we need more than 1 machine casing because we need 1 for the disk drive, 1 for the grid, and 1 for the controller. So we make 2 more. And of course, as you guys remember, if we smelt down nether quartz, we will get silicon, which is very useful. We also don't have that many resources, so we should not be very wasteful. So if I'm not wrong, we're going to need 3 of the advanced processors, so we're going to make 4 just in case. And that's not being wasteful at all. We're going to use 1 of them in order to make the controller, another one in order to make the disk drive. For the grid itself, we are going to need extra processors, and then I think we should be able to craft it. Yes. Now we need to upgrade it to crafting grid, which is just going to require a crafting table. And there you go. it's done. And for the moment we are not going to have a very fancy setup. The controller goes there, the drive goes here, and the crafting grid on top. And of course you might notice, we don't have any RF, and we also don't have any storages. It is perfectly fine, making storages is relatively cheap. And this is already a 4K storage part, which we can already convert it into a disk. And I assume you go over there? Yeah, now we need to think about something incredibly important, and that is RF. I came to gather some wood, and I'm attacked by a giant beetle. And he has a ton of health. Oh, we can make armor with this. And it's a nice armor. And thankfully, they don't seem to be that uncommon. There is a structure over here. Aha, I think this is from vanilla Minecraft, and this was supposed to be an ocean. We also take you and you. I also found a sunken ship, and let us see what we will get. Your parents were not very nice to me. I'm just saying. I'm going to gather a fair bit of wood because for our next bit, in order to generate RF, we're going to need a lot. So what we're going to do is that we're going to get into Solar Flux Reborn. It's incredibly expensive, but I would assume we can make a tier 3. I think, because we can already make 16 tier 1s, which essentially means that we can make 2 of the tier 2, and we need a lot of sand. Which thankfully is not something that we are short on, because it's everywhere. Okay, I gathered enough material and we can make 2 more. Ladies and gentlemen, solar panel tier 3, and that is 512 RF, which is not that bad. So you go over there and you go over there, here. Actually you don't go over there because that is the roof. You go over here, and this guy is charging up. Very good. So we can just break every single chest, and this is my favorite part. So I guess our entire inventory was worth 1200 items, and that's it. We're going to need more storage disks, but that is something that we can do later on. Alright guys, I want to go on a very small adventure, and for that we're going to require a backpack. Unfortunately, a backpack is relatively expensive. We're going to need a lot of leather and a lot of wool, because we need the large one. I almost forgot that this is 1.15 and we have bees. And I think there is a mod which we can crossbreed bees and get resources from them. But that is fine, we can do that later on. For now we're going to need wool, leather, but we get horse meat. Oh, we do get leather. Okay, nice. Getting leather without looting is incredibly difficult. So far, we only have 5 pieces. And I'm really hoping that this dark forest is not something which I have to be scared about. Oh, these are nice. We take some of them home. Because you know, later on we're going to start making a base and we want to make it look nice. Actually, I just noticed that I'm picking up flowers on camera. I did not do that. And you did not see anything. Good. Oh, you're the frog I was looking for. And he does drop slime balls. I think this frog was from Mystical World. I was also led to believe that this mod pack is going to contain a lot of structures and they are going to contain a lot of loot. But the thing is, so far I have not seen a single one. Because I really don't mind finding a place where I can loot some bookshelves, so that we can get some enchantments. That's the plan. Well, I found something, and it has a flag. And a silverfish. Well, there are a few barrels, but they are empty. Okay. I think finally I have found something of interest. This is very interesting. You get ores and blocks of coal. And why so many anvils? Oh, we also get sea pickles. Nice. And books. There is a sneaky chest. And this is why we are going to need a backpack, because right now I have to make a few choices. They do tons of damage. I'm back from adventuring and I did make a large backpack. And it has a crazy amount of storage, which is really good. But then I was thinking, if we manage to get 3 more pieces of obsidian, we can have a very small enchantment table. It's not going to be anything fancy, but it will do. You have Eterna, Quantana and Arcana, and I have no idea what they are. Which is perfectly fine, because right now I just want to go mining. Why do you want to give me soulbound? I don't want soulbound. Well, these are garbage enchantments, but they are enchantments, so we should be okay. So now that we have some enchantments, now that we have a backpack, I'm going to go on a very small session of mining, and I will see you in a bit. I'm back from our mining session and we are filthy rich. We have tons of ores and we can do tons of progress. I also noticed that the bubble slot has been changed and apparently it's now on this side. Interesting. There is a slot for a backpack, which this one does not fit. So I'm guessing this one from Quark is going to fit, but unfortunately it is going to require a Ravenger hide, which we don't have. so that one has to wait. Anyhow, there is a mod which is called Forbidden and Arcanus, and it reminds me a lot of Thaumcraft. So I was thinking maybe we should start a little bit with this mod because it looks really cool. First things first, we are going to smelt 1 arcane crystal, which is going to give us arcane crystal dust. And then we can make the Forbiddenomicon. Very weird name. And I was hoping it will be very useful. It seems to be blank. Well, it's not blank, but it has a list of items which is not very useful. And most of the items that we need to craft are going to require dragon scale or dragon head. So maybe that's not gonna happen anytime soon. But I did notice that this mod is going to offer us a bunch of very neat tools, including this one. So hot that it can even smelt ores. And I like that. And since it is going to require blaze powder, I was thinking maybe we try to find a fortress. It seems that Biomes of Plenty has changed the ash block. They're nice, you can run on them, and that is another fortress. Oh, these guys. They also drop blaze powder, so they could be useful if I can find him. The question is, how do we get up there? There is something called scaffolding. I don't think it's a very wise decision to go forward with iron armor, but we're gonna YOLO. And probably die. That was lag. That was lag. Baby wither skeleton. What? Go away. He was really fast. Another baby one. Why do you even exist? We got one. Yes. If I would have made an obsidian skull, I would have at least had fire resistance, but that is not something that I did. And I'm regretting that. Well, we have 3. It's not the worst. This is a very weird fortress. This is supposed to be the staircase. I'm hoping the loot is going to be great. No, I think this was supposed to be 2 fortresses, but somehow they merged. Cause this one is huge. At least we found diamonds. That's not bad. Actually, I was looking for one of these guys as well. We are lucky. Well, this was a very fruitful journey. We got 6 blaze rods, we got some bones, some soul sand, some nether wart, and a wither skeleton skull, which I actually got it from a baby. It does sound weird, I know. Ah, you can extract items. Nice. I think what we're going to do is that first of all, we're going to make this obsidian skull because it will give us fire resistance. And for that, we're going to need to make a skull. Weird. And then we need to make this obsidian with iron. I mean, look at that texture. It is from Thaumcraft. And since this is Minecraft 1.15, we can have a blast furnace. So this should be faster, hopefully. So, 1 obsidian skull. Can we put it somewhere in our bubbles? No. Do I have to carry it all the time? Okay. And for the pick that we're going to make, we're going to require something called Edelwood log. And this is the recipe. And this should give us the planks, and this should give me the stick. We need 1 more magma cream, and we can make our brand new pick, which consumed the obsidian skull, but it's okay. So I'm actually confused. Is it like auto smelt? No. It only works on ores? Yes. It's actually not that bad. Yeah, to be honest, it's really nice. We do not have a crazy amount of RF, we do not have any infrastructure, and we cannot ore dabble anyway, so this is nice. It saves on coal. So I made this bookshelf and I feel really cheated because you cannot open it. It has a door. I did invest a chest, but it does not open. And I'm very confused. So is it just for decoration? Cause it's not very functional. Anyhow, we are using 54% of our storage, and I thought we're going to need an upgrade. We're going to have 2 more 4K storage disks, and that's enough. Just before we finish the episode, I was also thinking, why don't we get into Sai? Because it's incredibly useful, and the sooner we start with it, the better it's going to be. Where do I put this thing? I don't know, we put it here? We're also going to require a CAD, which goes in the CAD assembler, and we're going to get a casting assistant device. Or basically, a CAD. We get some sawdust, and can we make the spell programmer? Yes. Which goes over here? So you are garbage. I did make a gold CAD assembly. We make a core, a battery, a bullet, and of course a socket. So we're going to give you the upgrades, and then we make the trick infusion, and I'm guessing we just right click with the bullet. And can we make psi metal? No. And the reason we cannot is that we have 2 CADs in our inventory. Now it should work? Yes. If you look at the JEI, you have iron CAD, gold, psi metal, ivory, and ebony. We are trying to get the psi metal CAD because for the ebony and ivory, we actually have to go to the end. So this is the highest tier one that we can make today. Okay, it does seem that Psi has gone through a major update, and figuring out everything took me a while because I'm not very good at reading tutorials. But anyway, you are going to require an iron CAD in order to convert a gold CAD into a psi metal CAD. And the trick that you have to use is called infusion. I did manage to make one psi metal CAD, but just to do it in front of you as well, we are going to convert one of these gold CADs into psi metal. And that's it. They have changed the recipes. Now that we have a Psi Metal Cat, it's time to get some useful spells. And the first one obviously is going to be Jump Scare. And the second one that I always use is to break and replace blocks. And although I might look like a genius, I'm just pasting it from a website. I did not come up with this spell. So we program you as well and you go into the cat. So we should be able to break blocks. Very good. And if we hold shift, we should be able to replace them. And as you guys know, Jump Scare is my favorite one. It's awesome. Bye bye. It is really great for crowd control, and you don't have to worry about creepers. Witches are going to be a problem. Oh no, I thought before wrapping up today's episode we might as well try to do one more quality of life improvement, and that is trying to get a waystone. Hello, but to be honest with you, that is going to be easier said than done, because we are going to need 8 ender pearls, and so far I have 0. There's one over there and I think he's out of range. Why do you have a flower in your hand? Oh, we got it! Good! 7 more to go. Are you going to drop it as well? Yes! He dropped fragments. Actually, this is going to take a while, so let me gather the pearls, then I'll bring you right back. I have just noticed that if you cook the frog, you can get golden frog legs, and that gives you a lot of saturation. And yes, I do understand that I'm wasting gold, but the thing is we're very short on food. We need 3 more fragments or 1 ender pearl. And we have 2 endermen. One of them is going to be useful. He dropped everything. Good. And I'm at 1 heart. We have what we need, but I was thinking now that we're in this village, we take some food. So we have everything we're going to need. Here is our second warp stone, and here is our waystone. And for the moment we're just going to set it up over here. This is going to be extremely convenient for us when we go exploring or mining or whatever we do which is not very close to our base, because we can just teleport back. And it has a 5-minute cooldown. Okay, that's not bad. Anyway guys, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. I'm sorry that this is going to be a shorter video, but the thing is I just wanted to get started, get the basics, and get geared up. In the next episode we are going to get into some rudimentary automation using Create and maybe get into some magic mods and see how it goes. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye.